Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, where it's my brethren all around the world watching this video, hope you're having a great day today as you're tuning in. Make sure you do yourself a damn favor and hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, interesting developments in the heavyweight division. It's been reported by BoxingScene.com. Big shout out to the fine folks at BoxingScene.com. That the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion, will return June the 15th at the Thomas and Mack Center on ESPN+. Now, just off the rip, reading that headline, first of all, let me say it's good to see Tyson Fury back in the ring, having a date, having a venue. Now that he's got to get an opponent. And the only thing I will say is, though, that kind of bothers me is it's on ESPN+. You know, it's kind of confusing because if you sign a guy for in excess of $100 million, I would expect that $100 million fighter that you signed is going to be on regular ESPN, but that is not the case, and Tyson Fury will be on ESPN+. So you have to pay $5 to watch a guy who they're paying $100 million to fight on alternate ESPN. So, I mean, I don't get that, but, you know, Bob Arum, he's the Hall of Fame promoter, and I'm just a kid from Daniel who talks boxing in front of a bunch of boxing posters. So it is what it is. Another thing, too, is, like, I think they're going to try to, this is going to be a slow process building Fury here in America, which is why I think they chose the Thomas and Mack Center. For those of you who don't know, all the venues in Las Vegas, the Thomas and Mack Center has to be one of the smallest venues you could possibly think of. I mean, I know you have venues like the MGM Grand, T-Mobile Arena. Those are the big arenas in Las Vegas. And then you have like the small casinos like the Venetian, Sam's Town, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably forgetting a lot of other ones, but that's probably one of the smallest venues they could have chosen for Tyson Fury. And a lot of people making a big deal about that. But you got to understand the guy's not a massive star here in America yet, and they're going to try to build him up. And you build a guy up by putting the fights in smaller venues. I will say this: if it's someone at the Thomas and Mack Center, the site fee, what the promoter's got to pay to have the fights at the venue, it shouldn't be high, which means that I would expect that tickets wouldn't be that high for Tyson Fury's first fight in America. So maybe, I really want to go to a heavyweight fight. I wanted to go to Joshua Miller. That's way too expensive. I'm not going to go to Wilder versus Brazil, but I'd love to go see Tyson Fury fight. So maybe this is a fight that we wind up going to. But here's what has been reported out there. So basically, nobody knows who his opponent is going to be. But there's been rumors of Tyson Fury fighting Oscar Rivas. That was debunked. Oscar Rivas will be fighting on the undercard of this fight. So, but it could be a fight that down the line for Fury. So Oscar Rivas is not fighting Tyson Fury, so you can rule him out. You got, Bryant Jennings, who's coming off a loss to Oscar Rivas. I wouldn't. That would be for me someone who is an ideal opponent for Fury, a guy that's athletic but don't really punch too hard. I don't think he'd be that much of a danger to Fury, to be quite honest with you. I think stylistically that's a very good fight for Fury. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options. You got Pulev, but he's fighting Bogdan Dinu next. You got Joseph Parker, who signed to the top rank. So I don't know, man. Tyson Fury's got options. I would be led to believe that his first opponent will probably be Bryant Jennings, because Bryant Jennings doesn't have the most punching power for heavyweights at the elite level. He's someone I believe he'll be about 6 inches shorter than Fury. His reach, I don't think, is shorter than Fury though, because he's got good reach for heavyweight. So I think that'd be an ideal fight for Fury for his first fight. But regardless, the fact that the fight is happening at the Thomas and Mack Center, it's just very telling and it's on ESPN+. It's very telling of where ESPN thinks Fury is at popularity-wise here in the States, and he has a lot of work to do here in the States. But with his personality, with his ability to sell fights, with his ability to talk and be entertaining, if ESPN and all parties involved put the right promotion behind him, Tyson Fury could be a very big star here in America in a matter of a couple fights. And as long as he goes in as well as, continue being who he is and talking and being himself and just being that Tyson Fury that everybody loves, as long as he's that guy and he delivers in the ring, he'll have a chance to be a big star. But as far as him fighting at the Thomas and Mack Center, I think it's cool. I think it'll be a cool experience, and they're gonna gradually. This is gonna be a gradual process. I mean, if you throw $100 million at a guy and you sign him, and you say he's the best heavyweight in the world and all this stuff. I think he is. I think he is the best heavyweight in the world. And I know I'm not alone on that. There's a lot of people in the boxing world who believe Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. So if you believe that, and you believe he has the personality to be a star in boxing here in the States, and he can break through, then this is going to be a process. First you build them up. You fight at venues like the Thomas Mack Center. You fight at the Venetian. You fight at these smaller venues, and then you work your way up. Then you take them to eventually you work your way up to the T-Mobile arenas and your MGM Grands and things like that. And those fights when they do happen, and I'm just trying to put myself in Bob Arum's shoes and Tyson Fury's shoes. You would think that after maybe 3 fights, when Fury's really gained some traction here in the States, built up a following, built up, his profile here in the States a little more, then he'd be in a position of power to lure a Deontay Wilder to fight in Vegas or Joshua to fight in Vegas, and it could be a massive fight. So we'll see. There's endless possibilities for this Tyson Fury and ESPN deal, and I'm just gonna wait to see how it all plays out. But that's the news. Tyson Fury is returning to the ring June the 15th at the Thomas and Mack Center. The opponent has not been determined. Oscar Rivas has been ruled out, so it's not going to be him. My initial guess is that it will be someone like Brian Jennings. Brian Jennings coming off a loss, makes sense to me. So Brian Jennings, I think, will be in the running for Tyson Fury opponent. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tyson Fury returning back to the ring. What do you make of it? And just leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. Like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.